Hello and welcome to the Boost Over Ball podcast, your go-to source for all things Rocket League, with your hosts, K-Cube, Quilly, and Red. So lean forward, lock in, and get ready to go Boost Over Ball.
Yapping for free.
Now we're yapping for content, though.
I see the problem with this, though. I can't get it loud enough for the microphone to pick it up, but did it work? No,
I didn't.
I tried to do the gameplay sound.
Yeah.
I heard the initial click, and that was it. I heard the.
For the audio only listeners, he's turning on a Game Boy Advance that he found with a copy of Fire Red. That's what we were talking about before we went live on this one. Was clearly wanting a Switch 2 and debating the moral dilemmas of restarting a save file in Pokemon.
Yeah, whoever Gina is, Gina absolutely grinded this game, and she has a disgusting Pokedex on this. I genuinely don't even know who Gina is or how I would have gotten this. So I don't, because I had Fire Red growing up, so I don't know how Gina's file got in here or what happened.
Could it be Gina?
Pause.
Could you have done that and that name to save that?
Yeah, was that a
Charizard's name is Kev, so I don't know a Kev. Also, there's like boxes and stuff, and it says like names of the box. There's like random.
Oh, yeah, you named named PC boxes, yeah.
There's like 12 of them, and like 6 of them are human people's names.
Interesting.
See, I was always my go-to like fire starter name, Fireman, Fire Spaceman. That was my first that was Pokemon Heart Gold. I think was the first Pokemon I had, and it was the fucking Cyndaquil. Fireman, Fire Dude.
Yeah, whoever Gina is, she named Charizard Kev. So I have a level 77 Kev.
Atta baby Kev. Shout out Kev Dog.
Shout out, dude.
But man, what a time! What a game! Can't believe Fire Red's worth $100. That's insane.
Yeah, shout out. And they also just re-released. Oh, they didn't not remastered. What's the correct term? They ported it to Switch 2 and Switch.
Yeah.
But I think it's about that time. Hello and welcome back to the Boost Over Ball podcast. To listeners new and old, hello and welcome to the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Kyle, K-Cube in the top left. In the top right, we have Quilly. And in the bottom, we have Red, full squad for today because we have RLCS to talk about. Open 4 has started for OCE, MENA, SSA, and North America. We know the top 6 teams who have made the group stage for these regions, so we'll give our thoughts, our predictions, and talk about those matchups. Are you guys ready to go? Okay. Let's start out with our friends from Down Under in OCE. So our teams making the top 16 from Group A are Power, Take Flight, CBB, the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs, Proper, Itchbays, Nerve, You Not a Champ, You a Clown, Wolfpack, and Forever. And from Group B, we have Wildcard, Seb, Team Abysmal, Heartless Esports, ATE, Teeth, Oyo Tex, 18 by the way, and Surge Esports. So as always with the OCE boys, some good names and some not so good names. But what are you guys' thoughts on our teams that have made the top 16? And do you think we'll see anything different from what we normally see?
Absolutely not. It is Power. It is Wildcard. It'll be one of those two in Paris, and that's pretty much about it. We could see. It was a Canterbury Bulldogs that
CBB
upset last split. Yep. So maybe we see them do the same thing again and make this a little more interesting. But realistically, it's just who's going to win the BO7, the grand finals between Power and Wildcard.
I want to give a good shout to the Bulldogs Down Under because they got Hunter and Kaka, so they're a pretty respectable team for OCE standards.
Man, they finished 3 points behind Wildcard in second and 11 points behind Power in first. But also Power took 5 points from making the Boston Major, which Wildcard and CBB did not. So the points reset for our Paris Major, but I think that both Wildcard and CBB have their work cut out for them in terms of trying to make Worlds. And now a one-team region. I think that they have not that Power did not do their fellow countrymen any favors here in terms of trying to get a LCQ spot for OCE, but I'm sure that will be.
Well, neither Sam team made it out either, right?
No.
So it's a tied race for that fourth spot.
The third spot, yeah.
Yeah.
Third? Is it? No, it'd be fourth spot because Mina's got 3. It'd be probably
yeah, it's the fourth spot. You're right.
Mina.
You're right. I forgot about that. So as of right now, NA will get 1, EU will get 1 again. EU 6 seed. Mina will get 1, and it's being fought between Sam and OCE. And SSA and APAC, but I think that SSA and APAC will struggle to try to outperform, especially Sam, now that Sam has 2 teams, and all the other regions do not. So,
yeah, I mean, I think it takes the average. So, I mean, as long as one power team somehow makes it out of groups, but I mean, whatever the new format, 3 teams will be making out. So, I think it'll be rather interesting who gets the 4th spot because Sam is looking rather suspect. Scary. They don't look like they belong compared to like Sam of recent.
Yeah,
but we're not on to Sam yet. That's a later discussion.
Yeah, that's a next week discussion, I believe. After we've had all the other regions that are going to take place next week. But also, happy belated birthday to Fiber. Shout out Fiber.
The goat.
Oh yeah. But moving west from OCE. Let's do Mina next. We have. Come on, gonna load. Sweet. Our teams making it out of Group A are R8 Esports, Falcons, Joe Biden. Look at him go! Can't believe he made it out of Swiss. Rana Esports, Sleeping the First, We Don't Know, and AFK1. And from Group B, we have Team Stallions, Alyam W, Ana Bialishi, Twisted Minds, DOS, Nothing, Buried, Exciting, and Everything. So just similar to OCE, Buchels has prevented Falcons from being that number 1 seed with a Buchels rating of 2 and R8 with 3. However, the big news coming out of the Mina double Swiss, Twisted Minds drop a series in 5 to Team Stallions. And that Stallions roster is Nush, Twiz, and Trook. Nush and Twiz we've seen in the Mina LCQ, but we do not, Abdullah's on a different team. So this Stallions roster are able to take down Twisted Minds. So what are your guys' thoughts on that? And does this mean anything, or is it just kind of, hey, they dropped a series?
I mean, it's slightly concerning, right? You go from the performance you had in Boston to now going into Open 4, dropping a series to a team that you wouldn't normally drop a series to, albeit it's a Game 5. It's Swiss. It happens. It happens. Like we'll get to a team, the NNA that lost a game, lost a series, which realistically shouldn't be losing the series. But I don't know. I'm weird about Twisted Minds now because it's like, will they make it? Will they still continue to be the 2 seed for Mina? Absolutely. Like I don't see a question there. They will be the 2 seed most likely. When it comes to international play, I think there are definitely a lot of question marks. Will this be just another Monkey Moon heavy valley into another peak?
Is he going to do the Monkey Moon thing, or is he not going to do the Monkey
Moon? He's not going to do the Monkey Moon thing. We'll just have to wait and see. Also, funny note here, Team Falcon missing on that 1 seed for their group purely because the team above them, R8 Esports, their first series win was the team that finished 3rd in Joe Biden, who FF'd to R8 Esports. It has been a hot minute since I've seen an FF in Swiss play, so I would be curious to hear why that FF occurred. Whether it was someone wasn't available, whether it was some ruling about like cheating or like stalling or something. I'm not sure, but curious to see an actual FF in Swiss stage.
Yeah,
I'm more intrigued of why a Mina team named their team Joe Biden. It's kind of funny to me.
Fair.
Although it's interesting because like I was I'm looking at the Wikipedia page, right? And Joe Biden is currently sitting third in Group A. However, they do not show up in the top 16 teams.
I was trying to find out who's on their roster. Like, I genuinely cannot find them in the top 16.
Is a good point. So which one does not belong? They must have changed the name.
They did change. I think they did change their name because they're not in the group stage.
Oh, it's Radon. Radon. RADAHN. There's a little note. Joe Biden changed the name to Radon prior to the group stage.
You're right.
Which has another Hunter spelled the same way.
Awesome. Jeez. Okay.
But yeah, otherwise, Nina.
There's a Radon and a Rana Esports. What the heck? Oh my god. Okay. Rafa. That's crazy. Okay. But realistically speaking, Quilly, do you think that it's anybody other than Falcons or Twisted still?
No, until proven otherwise. Obviously, losing one series may be proven, but also not really, because as Fred was saying, it's a Swiss. You can get randomly sniped. Anything can happen because you got to play 3 series. Like, something can go wrong, and at least it was a 5. If they got 3-0'd or 3-1, obviously that looked way worse. The fact that at least went to 5, and they also 3-0'd right after. So, I mean, stuff can happen. I wouldn't really put too much mind into it. So until we see them like actually be in a dire situation where it doesn't look like they're going to be anywhere near it, then I don't think there's quite anything to sweat.
That's fair. And the last region that we'll talk about before we jump over to NA, and that's going to be a little bit longer of a conversation because we got some more to talk about there, and that is SSA. So our teams making it out of Group A. From the Double Swiss are Synthesis, Five Fears, Bro Crocros, Strive Esports, The Punishers, Rounds, Looking for Organization, and Fusion. And from Group B, we have Death Cloud Esports, Pioneers, Marine Region, Midwest Mafia, White Rabbit Gaming, Astronic Esports, T2G Esports, and Team Espionage. Man, shout out SSA for having no hard names. Let's go. But like we mentioned before, it still kind of seems to be two South Africans and a Spaniard. Which 2 South Africans and a Spaniard is going to be the best? We will have to wait and see. However, I still personally think this is between Five Fears and Pioneers. Pioneers have their work cut out for them, but quite frankly, it would be hard to do worse than them at the next major. So, what do you guys think? Who do you like coming out of SSA?
I mean, I feel like we have to go 5 years. They are the reigning SSA representative. They performed to be expected, I think, for coming out of Boston, especially with the group they got put in. But I mean, I could see it. Like, I could see a team like Pioneers probably making a good push there, but when it comes down to it, to that, that championship Sunday, 5 years has been the ones to perform realistically. So I don't see any reason otherwise. Yeah, 5 years all the way.
Fair enough. Willie?
Ain't got much else to say.
What else is there to say? I get it.
The minor regions really are just 2 teams fighting for that one spot.
Fair enough. Well, and then last but certainly not least, we have NA, and so we'll do a little bit more of a deep dive on this one. We'll talk about some more of the teams, but our teams making the top 16 coming out of Group A are Gen G, Foot, M80, NRG, Strictly Business, Virtus Pro, Kraken Seas, and Fellas. Your 2 3-0 teams are Gen G and Foot. Your 3-1 teams are M80, NRG, and Strictly Business. And your 3-2 teams are Virtus Pro, Kraken Seas, and Fellas. And coming out of Group B, we have Shopify Rebellion, Space Station Gaming, Dignitas, AWD, which I would assume would be all-wheel drive. One next to new esports, Freedom and the Immigrants. Our 3-0 teams are Shopify and Space Station. Our 3-1 teams are Dignitas, all-wheel drive, and One. Our 3-2 teams are next to new esports, Freedom, and the Immigrants. So
you would assume AWD means all-wheel drive. Actually, it's just AJ, Wellis, and Drew.
Oh, fair. What happened to Garrett? No Garrett?
Gas blew up, dude.
Yeah, gas blew up.
I know because Squishy played with Stompin and Jinxie.
I think Garrett just.
Yeah, I don't think Garrett's on the team. Garrett was talking about it on Chalkcast last week. He said AJ pretty much already had it lined up because it was like at the tea leaves that Squishy was leaving to play with Jinxie. So he thinks AJ already had two lined up, and that Garrett was just left odd man out.
That sucks for the captain.
Retirement, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's playing in Sierra,
And also
so
Jinxie pull.
yeah, they got stomped though. They came up against Energy.
Stomp in.
Yeah. But looking at just Group A here, any surprises for you guys? What do you think?
Well, I mean, I feel like we have to talk about Gen G. I mean, going from not making it to Boston Major, looking absolutely terrible, finishing Open 3, into beating Energy, Strictly Business, who that's another team I want to talk about. Strictly Business coming out of the woodwork and going on a tear again, showing that they're still a very good roster. I mean, Gen G looked fantastic. They won back-to-back Game 5 series, albeit, round 1 didn't look the best. Going to 5 against Spacebound Cowboys. Heck of a team name. But I mean, I guess Energy, they look fantastic. Oh, okay. Correction.
Whoa.
Frosty looked fantastic. That man was everywhere on the field. I was watching the Gen G series. I have never seen a carry performance like that in a while. Or I haven't seen it in a while, and that was true a carry performance. Frosty genuinely was doing everything. He was everywhere on the field. He was making the saves, making the shots, making the clears. He was doing everything, which, props to Gen G. They made the right call. They picked up the guy that they needed for this roster to succeed, and they are succeeding. Will it continue over into
Are they succeeding, or is Frosty succeeding?
I mean,
I guess they picked them up, right? So that technically, yes.
They picked them up, so yes, they're both succeeding. So, but Gen G looking phenomenal. Taking down Energy 3-1. It was a close series. I think Energy just was kind of back in their lull of it's just the Swiss. Foot still looking great. I mean, albeit they had a bit of a cupcake run until their round 3 with M80. Even then, they still swept them. So Foot looking good with their new pickups and Justin and Chronic. But Strictly Business, right? This roster surprised everyone early on, knocking off VP in round 1 with a clean sweep. That's relating with Aqua and Crispy, some old heads, some unks, if you will, of the scene, showing that they still got it. And I mean, Relating Wave, I was seeing some vintage Relating Wave. It was impressive. It was everyone in the chat was essentially like, wait, this is 2026 Relating Wave. What am I watching? Because he was playing lights out. I mean, this team is I think will be very similar to a Redacted level team where they will be sneaky good, and we'll have to see if they continue to stay good. VP, going 3-2, not the greatest. You did draw Energy in your round 4 matchup, which, that's worst case scenario. But you get the job done in round 5. So a little shaky from them. But otherwise, nothing too crazy from Group A, nothing too surprising. Group B, similar thing. No real surprises over here. A lot less stacked, in my opinion. Group A was pretty beefy when it came to competition. But Group B, Space Station getting the job done, Shopify getting the job done as we expected. Dignitas looking to continue their hot streak lately, going in from Open 3, looking good there. But this group stage, man, let me tell you, this group stage.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Quilly, what are your thoughts on the double Swiss?
I mean, the teams that made it are expected. No one extraordinary missed. So it's about it's pretty average. NRG losing to Gen G I thought was pretty crazy. But like I was saying, it's kind of like NRG just throwing because NRG. Yeah, these teams are rather confusing. I really don't know how to judge them until they're like going against each other more like consecutively and like with more on the line. I feel like Swiss, it really isn't that much of a sweat because no matter what, there's still another round as compared to next round where it's double elimination and there's a lot more on the line because you only really get 2 losses and you get one, you're already halfway out. So I think the next round is really what separates the winners from the losers. And this round, it's just good to see who's expected going through. But Virtus Pro, that is a rough start. That is definitely a rough start. Am I finally going to be correct in the fact that they were somehow riding some insane high? We're going to find out.
I am going to operate under the assumption that NRG lost that round just so in groups they could knock Shopify the lowers.
I can see it, man. I can see it. I mean, dude, these group stage matchups are like Group B is going to be brutal.
So, speaking of the groups, let's talk about them. So, and I'm going to do them in groups of 4 because these are the groups of 4 that you're going to be fighting for the upper bracket spot with. And the first one in Group A is the Immigrants and Gen G. And then Strictly Business and AWD. This is most likely going to be Gen G Strictly Business. If Gen G plays like they did today, or like they did last week, then I like them. But Strictly Business isn't anyone to sleep on. In our second group, we have Kraken Seas and Space Station, and Next to You and M80. So, again, kind of seems like it's going to be Space Station M80. It would not surprise me if it was Gen G, Strictly Business, Space Station, and M80 that are the 4 teams that come out of Group A. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, for that Group A, I mean, like realistically, it should be those 4. Barring anything catastrophic, like one of these teams losing an upset matchup early on in upper bracket, in that first round, that upper bracket quarters. Realistically, all 4 of those teams I should make through. I don't see any issue there. It'll be some great upper bracket semis matchups. I'm looking forward to that. Expecting a Gen G versus Strictly Business, a Space Station versus M80. I will say, out of all the teams in these group stages, Space Station probably got the freest run to Championship Sunday I've ever seen in my life. Didn't face anyone in the Swiss stage. Not gonna face anyone besides M80 in the group stage.
They played Dig. You gotta respect Bora.
They played Bora, not Dig.
As I was saying. But no, yeah, Group A should be cut and dry.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, I mean, I didn't mention it before, but we should talk about SSG when it comes out. SSG, Zach, Scribbles, whatever you want to call him. We're so bad. Wow. I don't even like to say we. I'm just a free agent. I can't.
Are we back on SSG or are we still Shopify?
I just like the players. I like the snowmen and the asterisk snowmen in Kofor.
Fair. Well, moving into Group B, and this one seems to be more of a gauntlet. We have Fellas and Shopify and One and NRG. So I think this is going to be an upper bracket semi battle between NRG and Shopify, unless somebody has a disaster class. And moving into the lower part, we have Freedom and Foot Esports and Virtus Pro and Dignitas. So this is, in my opinion, the first time where we will see someone who probably should be worthy of a top 8 not making it. Right? Because we're going to say goodbye to one of Foot, Virtus, Dignitas, NRG, or Shopify. That's just the way that it's going to go. And I think all 5 of those teams are top 8 worthy. But we will have to wait and see how they happen. But Virtus and Dignitas, I think, will be a banger of a first an upper quarters matchup, and then most likely they run into Foot in the semis. So we will have to wait and see what happens there. But Quilly, what are your thoughts on Group B, and what do you think about some of these matchups?
Yeah, it sucks for all for all the lower teams that were really looking forward to thinking they can make a run. They are being set up for beyond failure. They're being set up for death and despair.
Not death and despair.
It's cooked. You literally have the top 3 seeds in all of NA, all staring down the barrel.
So I was looking at like how the bracket worked out. Here's what will most likely happen. So the loser of VP Dig, right? End up playing the loser of Foot Freedom, which will most likely be Freedom. Guess who you get to play in that lower bracket semis?
Energy or Shopify?
Energy or Shopify.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
So
dude.
you want to seriously win the grand prize of immediate death?
So if
VP and Dig, that series right there is going to be the most important series of the entire day. Like, if you win that series, you avoid Energy and you avoid Shop.
But could you see? I mean, and I don't know that Shopify will lose, right? I will say that now. They are normally pretty decent when it's not like elimination time. However, if
It's Saturday.
I know. It's Friday.
Oh, Friday. True.
But if Shopify were to lose, could they slump out of the tournament? Is that like mentally? Is that something that they're capable of?
No, I want to say no, just because like even when Shopify is slumping, they can still compete with like NA4, NA5. Like that's not a question.
But of the
but not Sam. Not Sam too though.
If VP and Dig, whoever loses that goes and gets hot and just demolishes their first team and keeps that momentum going, it could get interesting. It will get interesting.
And I guess maybe I didn't load the question enough. Of the two teams, Energy and Shopify, who would you be less confident in the lower bracket?
Shopify, 100%.
Okay, cool. That's what I was looking for.
That's a no-brainer. If Energy's lower bracket, I'm not worried unless your name is Shuffleskins. Then I'm a little worried. But otherwise, not worried.
Or Vitality, but that would be hard because
if Vitality appears in any way, other questions.
How did they pick up First Killer mid-season? But yeah, I mean, I really we cannot state enough how important this Virtus Pro Dignitas match is, just for both of their abilities to make the main event. Or are we calling the top 8 the main event, or the for them to make the playoffs? Right. I think technically this is the main event because they're playing it on Friday and they have the broadcast and there's match admins. Oh my God, there's match admins for Friday. What a time to be alive. So, is there anything else that either of you wanted to talk about in the bracket, in the group stage, the Swiss, for any of the regions that we've mentioned before?
How about? Did you guys talk about bots?
No.
Oh, we haven't talked about that now.
It's very much a problem in the NA scene. It seemed like a lot of complaining about it. That literally bots made it into this tournament.
The mod team isn't able to determine their bots, and it just allows it. Which I'm like, any person that has played Rocket League can tell if it's a bot. Like, genuinely, if you are at like champ and above, you can tell if something's a bot. Like,
after your 5th consecutive perfect catch and flick time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Garrett has mentioned that he was pretty sure he played bots in a Cash Cup before, but that's different. That's not RLCS, and so seeing them in open quals is a little bit crazy. But the bots that did win that one, that went pretty viral on Twitter, then lost. So
yeah, like as soon as they faced like an actual pro team or anyone that's like rank A or rank X, they just got demolished.
Yeah,
which duh.
So April can't come soon enough.
Is that when Bacchusmod Bacchusmod's getting all yellered?
Yes, when Bacchusmod gets old yeller.
They get all yellered. They get look at the
send out the pass shower.
Count the flowers, Lenny.
Yeah.
Or George.
Look at the flowers, George. Look at the flowers.
Damn, that got so dark.
Tell me about the rabbits. We're gonna
the rabbits.
You can still launch Bacchusmod playing offline. So
private match. It doesn't work in online private match. It's just offline free play.
Yep. And custom trainings.
Yeah.
And workshop maps. But
I'm gonna miss my Alpha Boost so much.
Don't worry, they'll bring it to the shop for $50.
I'd pay it at this point.
Would you pay $100 for Alpha Boost?
All right, we're getting to an unrealistic territory, but based off of how they're treating Fortnite currency, I would not put it past them to do that.
Yeah,
I mean, if you like look at League, they did like the Faker bundle, right? And that was like $500, and people bought that.
Yeah, but the Alpha Boost was something that was only to only given to people that got to pre-test the game.
That played in the alpha, yeah.
Yeah, or the alpha, yeah. Duh.
No, it's called Alpha Boost.
Yeah.
However,
using my brain, my thinking brain.
do you like if they gave you, and I don't know how they would do this, but like if they changed the alpha boost, like the OG alpha boosts, to like give it some kind of certification or something that says like this is an OG alpha item, and they just basically like copied it.
I feel like it doesn't hit the same as because I know they did that with Fortnite did that with the Skull Trooper skin.
Yes.
When they gave everyone that originally had it a purple version.
Yeah.
And then all the new versions were just a regular one. I don't feel like it would work the same because then at that point you just have to give a different colored alpha boost.
No, like what if you named it something different, but it pro boost
but that's
or
not
RLCS
that's
boost.
Not showing it. I'd say it's just not showing it off to anyone because no one can see the name of it. No one can see that hey, I paid $5,000 to have this before the trading got killed.
Yeah, that's fair. But I mean, I think that people would buy it if it was $100. I would think.
Yeah, there's definitely people that are people that don't have responsibilities and could be very irresponsible with money. Or people that have money.
What is the limit though to where you wouldn't think about it anymore?
Mine would be like not even close to 100. Be way below that. I'm not spending $50 on a boost.
Damn. All right.
I'm not even spending $20. $20 on a gold explosion. That pisses me off every time I see that.
Like if it was like if it said alpha boost, if it was the exact same and you're getting an alpha boost, you wouldn't pay $100 for it.
Maybe, but like all those people that paid like several, they paid literally thousands to get it when trading was around, and then see it go in the
hundreds
shop.
of dollars for like white Zombas and a titanium white octane. They put both those things in the shop.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
That was my non-Quilly question.
Non-Quilly question.
But the next thing that we got to talk about is the Rocket Rundown. Quilly, have you looked at yours at all?
No, I have not pulled up my Rocket Rundown. I'll do that now.
Okay. So for people who are unfamiliar, it's basically Spotify Wrapped, but like for season 21 of Rocket League. So it shows, the community stats for 4.6 billion matches played, saves, shots, goals, assists, etc. And then it has your own personal stats for the same things. It has, your top playlist, how many matches you won in each, so on and so forth, how your stats compare to your teammates and your opponents, what percentage you are in terms of the player base, and then it gives you your play style based on aerial versus ground, offensive versus defensive, playmaker versus finisher, and possession or distribution. So everybody was given a new player, a new player playstyle title, and if you look at your Rocket Rundown, you will get your playstyle title in game. So I was a Windborn Architect. I favored aerial play. My positioning was offensive. I'm a playmaker, and my possession was distributive. So that's what drove me to that, and I got my title in game today. So
where does it say that? Oh my god!
I will not be checking mine
because you didn't play.
I don't play the game anymore. Woohoo!
They gave me Control Tower.
Hell yeah, that's so good.
It says my vertical preference is completely aerial, which I don't even know how to hit the ball in the air. So
it said mine was the same thing, and I don't think it's a. I don't think it's
saying that you can hit the ball in the air. It's just saying you like being in the air.
And it's not like a gradient. It's not like it's an all or nothing. It's either aerial or it's ground. It's not because all of mine are my offense is all the way up when I play a lot of third man. You know what I mean? Mine's
everything to the right. I got aerial, defensive, playmaker, distributive.
Distributive.
Yep. That's a way to put it.
Like if you like to distribute the ball or you like to hold on to possession, yeah. But at the very bottom, it has your season player card. So it shows like your rank, your shooting percentage, your win percentage, your goals, saves, assists, and the amount of hours that you played last season. So I would love to see it. If anybody has gotten theirs and you want to tweet at us, that would be awesome. I'd love to see them. What was your win percentage?
I'm trying to find it.
It's at the very bottom.
Oh. Are we sure? Oh, I lied. My win percentage is 50.1. Let's go.
I got 49.7.
On the freaking money, baby.
What was your goals per game?
1.6.
Jeez. Okay.
At a 43.3% shooting percentage.
All right. Saves? How many? What saves per game?
1.8.
Assists?
All right, you definitely have me in assists. I'm at 0.5 per game.
Okay, I have one per game. But you beat me in everything else.
I shoot or save, and I do nothing else.
Hours played? Maybe I got you an hours played last season.
30?
Nope. You got me
I'm
beat.
genuinely curious to see what it does with mine. With like, I might have like 4 games.
It's just gonna be a gif of just. It's gonna be the beast mode doing like the really.
Let's take a look here.
Mine's champ 1 though. It says champ 1. I got champ last season. Let's go.
Big wins. Big wins. I am curious what it does, Red, with yours as well.
It is loading.
The majority of comp players are gold?
Yes.
Huh. I feel bad for the 6% that's in bronze.
I had 7 matches played.
Let's go.
1 hour played.
Let's go.
I had 9 goals, 17 shots, 18 saves, 2 assists, 1 MVP, and 6 demos.
Almost a demo game. Let's go.
Hey, guess what? End of season rank? GC1.
Hey. What was your playstyle type?
Oh god, hang on. Where and playstyle. Delivery pilot.
Hey. That's awesome.
Aerial, but then I was offensive, finisher, and then distributive. All right then.
Mine's just telling me I chase boost all the time. My large boost consumption compared to my teammates is insane.
You can play 1 game the entire season, and it will still give you a little card. Make sure you're not left out.
These stats are insane.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen them yet, I think you should check them out. They're pretty cool. But I would really recommend looking at. It's a free title, and it's kind of cool to look back at the stats, just like it's cool to look back at like your Spotify Wrapped if anyone is doing that. But anything else that you guys wanted to add on that before we do our Quilly question?
Are we already on to the Quilly question?
We are.
You. I gotta think now. All right. If you were stuck on a deserted island, which RLCS pro do you think would be the best person to have coinciding you?
I feel like I have an easy answer.
Oh.
Fiverr.
Is that just purely for
the vibes would be immaculate? The vibes would be immaculate.
Cannot argue with vibes. Fiverr is a very happy dude.
Wait, are we trying to have fun? Or are we trying to like survive and get off the island?
That's your decision to make.
Fair. That's
fair. Whatever you want. If you think you could bring the survival side and you want to bring someone for vibes, then you can pick with that.
Was this current or?
Oh, that's another good question.
Was this current Rocket League players or?
I don't know. Which one are we thinking? Are we thinking current or all time? Because I feel like all time opens a whole Pandora's box.
I think we stay current. We stay current.
Yeah, current. Keep it easy.
Oh wait, no. K-Dot.
All right. I feel like he just yell at you in French.
Yeah, that's true.
That's about it. I'm
no turbo.
I'm taking Torsauce.
Okay.
I'd say
taking Unk.
Monkey Moon because he's totally capable of killing an animal. I've seen the anger in that man's eyes.
I'm just taking Torsauce because he's got the age, he's got the experience. You know, he's got some knowledge there. He's been at live long enough.
And Aussies have to fight
Oh, yeah,
6-inch
every
long
day.
spiders on the daily.
That's what takes someone.
That's one of the reasons that I picked an Aussie too.
The Aussies know how. They would know what to do. They're used to the climate. They're able to handle it. Like, we're golden.
What about you, Chloe?
I'm deciding if I should rock with Monkey Moon or not. Purely for the fire in his eyes.
I feel like Monkey Moon may like backstab you and leave you for dead.
I do feel like that is also in play. I feel like he.
Wait. Are coaches in play?
Yes, for sure.
Because
You
like
saying
from
Farrah?
what?
No, Farrah's not even a coach anymore.
I was gonna say Sathu.
I knew where you were going. I was thinking Sathu too. But
I'm in the middle of getting mauled by a lion, and he's just like, timeout.
Yes,
Thank you, Sathu.
I was thinking Sathu. Like, Sathu has the brains. Like in a survival scenario. Like,
Or do you go like big brain and go like Achieves?
I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking about Vatira for the same exact mindset of Monkey Moon, of him possibly being capable of
anger.
hunting and killing for us.
yeah, the anger would be there.
Also, I feel like Gibbs would be pretty good.
I think it'd just be more fun than anything.
Well, but also
He's just a dad
Gibbs-
at heart.
Gibbs has the most to live for.
He's the only one with Dry House is now
Ooh.
put in the game. Dry House
Trias
name
has
in the game.
entered the chat.
Did we do a congratulations to the Try Dad?
We have not
Oh,
yet.
yeah, the house is now a dad. Congrats, Tridad.
Dad house.
Him immediately putting his kid on stream with Lion King music was insane.
Hey, gotta get
It
the
was the
views somehow.
funniest thing.
I respect it.
It was so funny. And then the clip ends with him going, "Did you fart on me?"
I don't know why this came out. Why do I feel like Stax would be a great person to have?
Because he lives in Maine. He has to survive every day.
Why do we act like Maine is like that hard to survive in? What?
He gets
Her
cold
would
as
be a good
hell.
shout.
It's
Her
Maine.
could run for supplies. She does marathons.
True.
Trying to think of useful things we got. She's not a player. though.
Stumpy,
She's a caster.
because he's
We're
so
moving
tall,
on
he
to-
could reach all the coconuts.
Who I can't remember this because there was one pro Rocket League player that like he like it was
Wait, are we
Yukio?
sleeping on big? What? Oh, Yukio.
Yukio. He like got like he's not really current anymore, but he like after he quit Rocket League just went he like hit the gym heavy.
Wait, are we kind of sleeping on
He's
Big
strong.
Oscar here?
Oski could be good.
I feel like he's very passive. I feel like he's just a chill dude.
He's huge though.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna use his size
He's
like that. I
huge,
think he's
though,
just a
but
chill
the issue
dude.
is that's a lot of food that's gonna have to feed that man.
This is true. This is true.
6'4" pure calorie consumption right there.
So then is Daniel a better shout? He's not gonna do anything for you, but he's tiny.
He also can't kill you. We've seen him play ping pong. He's not gonna kill you.
It was like Daniel. I feel like Daniel is just gonna eat. All that is just another food consumer. Like that's like I mean, can he climb trees? Like is he
That's
agile? Like
Daniel's definitely like a bottomless pit type of human where he just eats constantly and just doesn't put on any weight. It's just
can
he's
see
one of those just bottomless pit people.
the overactive just metabolism. Never ever putting weight on.
What a
Yeah,
question. What a time. What a time. But is there anything else any of you guys wanted to add on before we wrap up for today?
All good.
Awesome. Well, with that, we would like to thank you all so much for listening. We'd like to remind everyone that this podcast is proudly brought to you by our name level supporters on Patreon, Alyssa B. Remember to rate us 5 stars wherever you listen to podcasts, share the show, tell a friend. It all helps us grow our audience and improve the show. If you wouldn't mind dropping us a follow on Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, TikTok, Twitch, which we're currently live recording on right now, come join our Discord. You could also support us by checking out our merch store or our Patreon. This is how we fund the show. And we do occasional giveaways as well. All of these links and more can be found on our website at boostoverball.com. And from us here on the show, as always, remember to choose Boost over Ball. See ya.
Thank you for listening to the Boost Over Ball podcast. Make sure to check out our website, boostoverball.com.